Hello there and welcome back. We've got a fabulous hour ahead of us. We're talking Stamp Addicts in this and we've got some amazing stamps, brand new stamps that we've not seen here at HOCHANDA before. So do jump ahead and have a little look on the website because you'll be able to see these wonderful stamps there. But of course I will take you through them individually. And we've got loads to share with you. We've got background stamps, we've got character stamps, we've got some fabulous videos coming up as well. So whichever we are going to be bringing up on the screen, you'll have the details. Just as you can see at the moment, we've got the details up for one of the background stamps. This is your wood grain. Down at the front here, we've got a large stamp, a large background stamp giving you all the detail to allow you to create a fabulous wood grain effect. It's a brilliant price. Freedom members, you've got a discounted price on this one, as you can see. Looking at just £13.99. Now, each and every one of the stamps we're bringing to you are ready for you to work with. They're on a grey rubber, which means that you can see here the background. You might not necessarily want to put it onto an acrylic block, but if you do, you can do, because on the back there you have got, obviously you cling there, your foam that will give you the cushioning, but then of course you have got the ability to put that on a block if you so choose. So that one is your wood grain. If you're wanting to get hold of that one, 497123 is the item number, £14.99. Next one that we've got for you is kind of a bit of a character one, a bit of a quirky look to it, featuring what we are calling the gin bowl. Now within here you can see it's almost like you've got a bowl there that would eat a goldfish in there. In fact, we've got a rather tipsy looking goldfish looking like he's trying to get out of that gin bowl. Again, another lovely design from Sherry West. Again, your grey rubber. Again, it is mounted with your foam, with your cling on the back, ready for you to go with as well. So if you wanted to get hold of that one, the details are there. 746647 if you wanted to pop that one into your basket. Then as we work our way down the front, we've got more to share you with this one. So far these are all brand new designs, and I think that's the case with this particular one as well. This time we're looking at your breakfast. In the breakfast, you've got breakfast sitting on a branch. So if you've had worms for breakfast, then you can see this might be the way that it was looking this morning. Love this little character. What a fabulous little character. Now, don't worry, we will be showing you some finished samples in a little while. We'll also be showing you some fabulous videos how you can work with these. We're just kind of going through all the details so as you can kind of start making your lists as which of these you're going to add to your basket. £9.99 for that one, 938655. Then as we work our way back up onto the top layer here, we have got these. Again, it works well with the one that we've just looked at, but this time we've got frogs. The frogs on a branch, and they're all there. The little chaps and chapesses sat there. As you can, it could be a little family. It could be welcome to your new pad if somebody's moving into a new home. And of course, with these, you have got your stamp, again, grey rubber, mounted, ready to go for just £10.99. 099952 if you wanted to get that. I love that. It's kind of that tongue catching those flies as they fly by. Down at the front there, we've got your larger stamp collection. Now this one, you've got quite a few stamps, £14.99, which is brilliant value for 7 stamps. And you can see you've got all your owls featuring in this one, and it is jokingly titled Owl Be Yours. You can see there you've got your hear no, see no, speak no with your owls, and of course you've got your owls, 3 wise owls, as you can see there. You've got all your different elements there, your sentiments featuring with these as well. And a perfect opportunity for you to actually take those owls and actually snip around them if you're wanting to, and then obviously use them as individual stamps. 041774. But of course, Stamp Addicts means that we've got that fabulous partnership of the two sisters, and which I'm not sure which sister we've got on the phone. We've got Sarah. Sarah's on the phone.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning, Hayley. Yes, it's Sarah.
Good. I wasn't too sure for a moment then. How are you doing?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm very well, and I'm loving these designs that you brought to us.
Oh, yes. They're so much fun. That's what we wanted this time, just some fun.
Well, this is it. And I mean, the little owls that we've got, I mean, they are so cute. And you're getting so much for your £14.99 with these, aren't you?
You do, and you can use them for so many different occasions. You're thinking of someone, or you put 2 together and you can have an anniversary or a Valentine.
That's a good point, because they work well independently, but like you say, you can almost do like a little collage of them coming together. And the sentiments, I mean, they're all in keeping with the style of the characters that you've got there, so you don't have to go looking for any of those sentiments at all.
No, we try to get them to work together, like, thank you, who.
Well, this is it. And they're things that you wouldn't be able to find. I mean, I know in my personal collection, I wouldn't have any sentiments that would work so well alongside these. So I'm glad that you've included those in there. And you're getting a lot. You're getting 7 stamps within there. So you can see, like, you're a hoot featuring as one of those text stamps in there, as you can see there. Thank you, who, as you mentioned there. 3 wise owls, again, featuring within there. And, of course, all the little characters that work alongside them. And Owl Be Yours, obviously, the title of the collection or the stamp set that we've got. Really nice, very popular. Is it the first time that we've seen these particular ones?
Yes, yeah, we've had the stamps for a few years, but we just haven't bought them on HOCHANDA before, and we thought they work perfectly with the wood grain.
Yes, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, the 2 of them together would work well, yeah. Good idea. And again, we've got loads with these. I mean, there's just a lot of content within each of these. 7 stamps for $14.99. How do you manage to do these prices?
Well, we make everything ourselves.
Oh, I see.
We're what we call a micro business. It's just me and Vicky, so we don't have to pay staff. We keep our overheads as low as possible, and we're not in this to make millions of pounds. We're just doing it because we love it.
Well, this is it, and I know you guys, you've been involved in the industry for many years, bringing us some fabulous designs, time and time again, and lots of inspiration. I know we've got some videos coming up that are going to show us how we can use these within our cards, but also some video demonstrations of an actual creation of a card step by step. Oh,
yeah, we've done.
I thought I'd lost you for a moment then.
No, we were having a lot of fun with these designs, and the design team have as well. I mean, especially with the gin bowl.
Yes.
As you can imagine.
Oh, yes, definitely. So, yeah, we are going to have a little look at those, I think, in the next few moments as well, because, of course, it's the inspiration that is key when you're seeing stamps like this. I mean, there's fabulous artwork, but sometimes you're not too sure how you're going to work with those, so that's where the design team come into it.
Yeah, we do. We have a brilliant design team.
Well, this is it.
Yeah, one of the design team got lost in the post, so I did send in some images. I emailed them to Charlotte, so maybe she'll get to show you those as well.
I think she's working on that at the moment. I know that she was talking about the different videos as well, so we've got those coming up in just a few moments as well. So right now, I think we've only got one show with you today. Is that right?
Yes, just the one. We're back again in 2 weeks, though.
Lovely. And social media wise, we can find you on social media, can't we?
Oh, definitely. Facebook, Instagram, I'm everywhere.
That's it. And we'll be able to see those cards again via those kind of different channels when we go on online.
Yes, yeah, we'll put the cards up there. They're on my blog. They're on our website. Yeah, they're everywhere.
Perfect. We will track them down then. But, of course, you need the stamps to start with, which I'm going to give people those details again, and we're going to have a little look at those videos. So, for the time being, Sarah, thank you. Much love to Vicky as well.
All right, thank you.
And we will see you again very soon, hopefully. So there you go. As you can see, made in the UK by crafters for crafters. And I think that's the key thing when we're looking at Stamp Addicts. And, of course, the artwork, beautiful artwork is the key thing, isn't it? It's the starting point, but then it's getting all those details transferred over into the stamps, which mean that each time you make those impressions, then you are going to get those true elements. Now, we're looking at Owl Be Yours, where you are getting 7 stamps for £14.99. Item details are on your screen there, 041774. And of course, we're talking about finished samples, we're talking about video tutorials, where we're going to share those with you. I'm going to kick things off with a little bit of a demonstration. Check these out.
So here I'm using one of the owls from our Owl Be Yours set.
Owl Be Yours.
Okay, so I'm just going to ink this with a hybrid. And I've got a little piece of card in here. Over. How many owls are in this set?
Oh, wow. There's 3 separate stamps, but there's 5 owls. Because you've got the 3 wise owls. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, maybe.
Yeah, it always reminds me of my 3 boys. There we go. Nice impression there. Pull that one out. So it's good to leave a bit of scrap paper in your folder there, so you can just fold them, pop them away. You don't have to worry about cleaning the stamps straight away.
Good for speed.
Yes. Okay, let's just give that a little blast with the heat gun to set that. There we go. And I'm just going to give them a little colour with some pens. What have we got? You could do your owl any colours, I think, couldn't you? Sarah did suggest a pink owl, but I wasn't too sure on that.
Was it pink or blue?
Oh, yeah, it might have been blue,
I think
actually,
blue.
you said. Yeah.
Baby blue. I think it should be a baby blue owl.
Oh, we'll try that next time.
So you're going to put some words on this, are you?
Yes.
So we've got you're a hoot.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you who. The 3 wise owls, which obviously really works with the 3. And I'll be yours. Oh, that's kind of Valentine's anniversary.
Yeah, it could be. Right. So I'm just going to do a grey and grey owl. It could be grey and white. I should be lazy and not colour it, just be a white owl. Touches of colour.
Or that'd be a snowy owl.
Yeah, that's it.
They're really cute.
They are, aren't
I think
they?
a barn owl is the brown one. I don't know what's a grey owl. I haven't seen an owl in years.
I don't know if I've ever seen one.
Really?
Well, apart from at sort of
Well, yeah.
kind of like animal sanctuaries and places. We don't really have them around here, do we?
No, but I did have a hawk in my garden the other day.
Really?
It was a very small one.
Oh,
But, and so many birds.
that was a bit... Oh, there
everywhere.
is, yeah. We've been feeding them to see all the different ones.
And squirrels. I haven't seen squirrels for a while.
No.
I think my dog usually chases them away.
Oh, that's probably why. Yeah, no, I've not seen any squirrels.
Well, he's getting a bit old now, so he doesn't chase them quite so much. So they're getting braver. My dog isn't much bigger than a squirrel.
No, it's just a bit louder.
Yeah. But he can't climb up walls.
Oh, no, well, my dog would have a good jump, probably nearly get one. There we go. Is that his tail? Yep. Let's colour that. Some shading down those wings. There we go. We're looking more owl now. That's better, isn't it?
The owl and the pussycat. That's what reminds me of.
Oh, yes. So I'm sure we've got a cat we could add to that.
And a pea green boat. Well, that's what they're in, isn't it?
It is, yes. No, I don't think I need to colour all of this because we're only going to see some of it. And that'll probably enough there. It's going to be in through a little coloured peephole. So what I'm going to do is set that one aside, and I've got the wood grain. Now I've got my card in here. I'm using, oh, look at it, Gathered Twigs Distress. So it's got a darkish brown this time, a bit darker than your vintage photo.
I like the way you swipe across it.
You
then.
do?
Yeah, push
Oh,
it
yeah.
down.
Some people use a brayer because
Yeah.
it's less.
Looks like he's trying to get the air bubbles out.
Well, maybe. I don't know. I'm working with the hinge. It worked quite well. Didn't it? Could use a little bit more down here, I think. Maybe in the middle. As you said, if the camera wasn't in my way, I could stand up and just lean on it. Use all my body weight. It's good exercise then. You get up and down, not sitting for too long.
Well, it's good for the knees.
There we go. That's good, isn't it? There we go. So I'm going to give this a little dry so I don't smudge it everywhere. It can take a while to dry these distress inks.
Yeah, but I don't think a bit of smudging would spoil it because it is, the tree.
Yeah, well, I am going to use a sponge with some vintage photo distress on there after to give it a bit more colour anyway. So it's not just the dark brown. So I think we're dry enough. Right, so to create my little window, I will be trimming it all down. So just as a little size reference, I've got a little twinchy, quite handy. So this should be, let's see, the right size for a little window for the owl. So I centre that where I've stamped it. I will trim that. So I'm just going to mark the corners with a little dot. There we go. I can just about see those. I think. Where they gone? Okay, so there's my metal edge. There we go, metal edge. So I've got a dot there and a dot there. There you go. Am I getting my hair and head in the shot there?
Just about. We couldn't see your roots, don't worry.
Good, because I've not been to the hairdresser for nearly 2 months now.
Oh, no.
I know.
Oh, my daughter wants to shave her. She told me last night she wants to shave her head. I did think, well, that would be easier. Easier maintenance.
Oh, definitely.
I haven't shaved it for at least 5 years, my head.
There's one. Where's the other one? There it is. I see it. Maybe we should have done those a bit heavier. And just rub them out after. That's that. We've gone through.
Oh.
That'll do. That'll do. I've got my little scissors here. Some people are so good with a knife, but...
Well, I often find I have to turn it over and do the other side, depending on the thickness of the card.
Yeah.
Because you can just about see it, but it hasn't quite gone through. And this is quite thick card.
And my ink's not quite dry. You can see the smudges.
Yeah, but I like that.
Yeah. Well, I'll smudge it a bit more in a minute. So I'm just nipping those pointy ends off.
But only a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. They're not very even, are they?
It's a tree.
Could make that one a little bit. Nature's not even, is it? Let's move those out of the way. Okay, so then what I've got is the smallest handled paintbrush I could find. And what I'm going to do is roll those out. So there we go. Just use that to roll around so you can see it's opening. There we go. I mean, not that a tree would really open out the bark, but you know.
They do have kind of openings, not rolled ones, obviously, but they do have holes. I don't know if it's where the knot used to be, but that's where you find things living in them, don't you?
Yeah, you could
Or
probably
they have a hole.
Yeah, you could probably use a little round die or something. That would probably still look nice. There we go. So now, where's the owlie gone? There we are. So a nice little window. That's a good size. You could always extend your cuts and open it out more if you want to.
Well, if you put more owls in. If you mask that one and put some others behind it.
Yes, that would work. So, now with the vintage photo, I'll pop a little bit on there. So it all needs trimming, but the idea is we're just going to sponge around. So yeah, the bark's becoming a much nicer colour than more the tree, and even some of the smudges. So I've got a finished one here. So there we go, when you've finished sponging all that. So I think I'm ready to pop it all together. So I've got another layer here. So let's pop these bits together. We want, oh, owlie has to go on the background. So let's see, owl's going to be, I think, where's Howie? Oh, I think I should have put that. Does he look squiffy now? No, see, that would be fine there. So if he sticks there.
He's been at the gym bowl.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you haven't tried the fruity gins yet then, Sarah?
No, I just had the one, that famous Scottish brand, one of the originals.
Oh.
And I'd like to try something neat first before I add any extras to get the original flavour. And I didn't like it.
Oh.
So I haven't tried any others.
I'll put a bit of foam tape on here. Now, see, because I don't drink fizzy drinks, I have the gin with fruit juices, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different. It's nice.
I'm not sold.
There we go. Now we've got a big gap here, so I've got a little word. You're a hoot.
You're a hoot.
Oh. That could be for anything. Cheer someone up, couldn't it? There
We could say send a thank you to the person you know that works for the NHS or a frontline worker.
And thank you for watching.
And thank you for sharing that with us. I love that little window peeping through there. Clever idea. And of course, with that character stamp that you've got any of those really you could use, couldn't you, peering through a window, obviously making it a different size aperture dependent on which you're working with. So of course, this particular set, we're looking at I'll Be Yours. You've got your grey rubber stamp there and it is all ready to go. So you've got your mount attached to that, you've got your foam mount there. Of course, you've got your cling as well. So if you do want to put it onto a block, you can. And of course, just be careful when you're cutting it out. You can use a pair of scissors, go close to the line as you can without actually cutting into the design. And of course, you've got all your sentiments and elements there. So the details on your screen if you're wanting your I'll Be Yours stamp. Further up the display, we have got the background that was used as well, $14.99. So if you're wanting the background, then we have got that for you. And this is, again, another lovely size stamp. Again, grey rubber. Again, it's got the mount there. And again, it's going to be a perfect one for you to work with. So a lovely reuse, but you'll use that over and over again. I think it become a firm favourite of yours when you are crafting. Lots of different environments. I mean, perfect, as you saw, with the craft card and the sepia tones just a few moments ago. But what about mixing it up and maybe using it almost like a beach hut kind of idea with your pastel colours and things on top of a background? I think you'll have loads of fun. And if you're a Freedom member, even better, because you've got a cheeky little Freedom members discount. Bring it down from $14.99. So take advantage of those savings and those discounts while you have the opportunity. There you go, £13.49 being the price with that one. Now, one that is proven to be very, very popular is the one that I've got to the side of me here. And this one is called Gin Bowl. And I love this because we've got a sense of humour from the girls in this one. Vicky and Sarah have got a wicked sense of humour. And here you can see you've got your goldfish bowl, which of course, quite often you will see called a gin bowl when you're out and about. Sadly not at the moment, but you can see here we've got rather a tipsy looking fish there, just coming up for air, literally, popping out from that gin bowl stamp there. And again, it's a nice one. You've got all the elements in there. Obviously the gin bowl, you've got the fish there, a bit of humour. So anybody that maybe they like a spot of gin at a certain time of day, a little bit early at the moment, but maybe later on. And the details are there on your screen if you fancy getting hold of this one. Now we have got some finished samples that we're going to be able to share with you. I've also got a little video as well. So let's have a look at the finished samples before we look at the video for the demo.
So these are the gin bowl samples. As you can see, it's a fish that's been in the gin bowl a little too long. And on this one, I used our lace background stamp, which I think was from a couple of shows ago, so it'll still be on the website. And the gin bowl is stamped on vellum. So let's slide in the next one. This is by design team member Debbie, and she's coloured this with some sparkly pens or paints to give it a nice shimmer, which unfortunately you can't really see on camera. But then if I slide in the next one, you can see Vicky was playing with a bubble stencil in the background. So yeah, he does look a little sad, doesn't he? Too much gin. Isn't it mother's ruin? Oops. Okay, and this is by Irene. And you can see that she's glazed. She's created these big bubbles in the background and put a glaze over the top, and used lots of white highlighting pen to make the fish stand out. And we've got here another one of Irene's, and some beautiful bright pink and yellow colours. And finally, the one that we are making for you today on the acetate and painted with diamond glaze.
Some fabulous ideas, so many wonderful ideas from one simple little stamp there. $9.99 being the price of this stamp, as you can see on your screen there, 746647. Loads of ideas. Love the fact that you can use it alongside other elements that we've got within the show as well. And the details are there if you're wanting to get hold of yours. But of course, we've got some fabulous finished samples there. We have got a little bit of a video coming up showing you how you can actually create a card. And here you go. We'll have a look at that next.
This is our gin bowl stamp, which is another of Sherry West's designs. Now this is a little bit of fun, though we do recommend drinking responsibly. Okay, so I'm using Stays On ink pad because I'm stamping onto acetate, but you could do this with an archival and then heat set. So let's see if we can get this first time. Almost, I think, a little bit of tail, just a little bit in there, and then we're good. Okay, so one more. If you can stand up to do this, you'll get better results the first time. Ah, there we go. Okay, so we can put that aside to dry for a moment. And then I'm going to bring in the wood grain stamp. Now this is a JudiKins design. JudiKins are our American friends that we've been working with for about 25 years, I think, maybe. And I'm going to use the Vintage Photo Distress Oxide. Now you might notice the piece of card I'm working on is a bit smaller than the stamp, and what I've done is I've put a repositionable glue on the back of the paper, and then I laid it down on top of the stamp to make sure it fitted, and then I closed the press onto the paper so I could pick it up and it'd be in just the right position. So let's go. Now this being a very big stamp with lots of detail, you're probably going to want to do this 2 or 3 times. So yes, you can see, again, I would recommend standing up if you can. But that's the good thing about the platform. You can just keep going. Do it again and again.
If you turn the hinge towards yourself,
I
find
know.
an easier angle to press.
I always forget. Oh, there we go. Yep, we're there. Well, sometimes I do it that way, I do it that way, I turn it that way. It varies. Today, I forgot to turn it. Okay, so we're going to move that aside to dry now and come back to the dry acetate. Now I've got a piece of white card underneath, white paper, so you can see what I'm doing, and also so I can see where I'm colouring. So we're going to flip it over. Now, you might have heard of JudiKins Diamond Glaze. It's a liquid adhesive and a glaze. It's so many different things, but hopefully we can bring it back to you soon when we get some more stock. Now, I'm also going to use the rainbow watercolor paint from 13 Arts. So this is the sky blue. So I'm just going to put a teeny tiny amount of powder onto my plastic sheet, and then I'm going to add some diamond glaze. Now diamond glaze is water based, so it's going to mix, so you want to give it a good mix, and you can see that the powder, because it's soluble, blends into the diamond glaze. Now if it gets a bit gloopy, you could add a tiny amount of water. I've got a bit of towel and a bowl of water to clean my brush because it is a glue. Now it's a nice water blue, so I'm just going to press straight onto the acetate. Oh, I think I need a little bit of water to make it move a little easier. There we go. It's kind of almost like painting with a jelly type now. So you just keep going, picking up some colour, painting it on. I mean, you could do this with your alcohol pens or your OHP pens, the pens that work on plastics and acetates. But you can see it gives it a nice kind of glassy finish. We'll go around the seaweed and the fish bones. A little bit more water. Okay, we're nearly done with that one.
So you could use just glue and glitter on the back for your colour, couldn't you?
You could. The first one I did add some glitter to the re-inker as well, so I mixed them both in together. Right, so that's my blue bit done. So I wash my brush. You don't want to let it dry without washing it because it will go hard. Okay, so a bit more diamond glaze. This time I'm going to use one of my Distress re-inkers, again because it's water based. So just one drop. Depends how orange you want your fish. Maybe 2 drops. Let's see. So you can use any of your dye based re-inkers. Oh, what's that?
You got a gem.
I've got a gem. So mix it up. What did I use? I used dried marigold.
So you don't need any extra water this time because it's a liquid you've added.
It is, yeah, unless you wanted to make it a really pale colour, then you could water it down. So we're just going to
Obviously you can use a small brush, you can do big areas with a big brush. And you could let it dry, and then you could go back and add another layer to give more depth to the colour. And if you've got colours really close together, give them 5-10 minutes in between. So don't do the sand and the seaweed just yet. Wait 5 or 10 minutes so that the blue's dry. You're not going to get any bleeding or any mix of colour. Okay, so I do have one that I finished colouring earlier. So let me pop these out the way. We don't want to get in a mess. Okay, so this is what it looks like when you've finished colouring. So this is just one coloury inker, but I went strong on the flowers and then watered it down to do the rest of the tablecloth. Now, if you were to just lay that on top of your wood grain background, it kind of disappears a little bit. So Vicky had this bright idea that you stamp onto vellum. So you cut out the fishbowl and place it behind the acetate version. And if I had my joy dots, I would stick it on there. See, now you can see how it stands out. And then we would pop another vintage photo layer underneath, and then a crease card. And how are you going to attach your acetate then?
Mm.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you can put glue behind the vellum, but you can't put glue anywhere else. So my favourite thing to do is to use brads, and I've used no-set eyelet brads. So you punch through the holes.
It's coming on that, yeah.
That's it, and then you can pop the brads in, and that will hold it all together.
A clever little technique. You could hardly tell where the card began and the table began there on that back surface there. But of course, a feature in the fabulous little gin bowl stamp. Love the sense of humour that you've got behind this one. Your grey rubber stamp featuring within this particular one. And you can see obviously you've got your foam mount, you've got your cling mount on there, and you've got a fabulous price of just £9.99. If you wanted to get hold of it, please do pop it into your basket. The details are on your screen at 746647. Now, when you come to check out your basket, what you might find popping up, which I think you will do, is one of our kind of end of order items that we've got available for you, little petunia pig. Now, when you check out your basket, keep your eye open. This little stamp here, it's just £7.99. It'll pop up. You can add it into your basket without any additional post and packing. There you go. You can see it's the second item down there. Pop it into your basket just by clicking on that add to basket button, and you could be getting hold of that stamp with no additional post and packing. A lovely little stamp, and you can be able to create some fabulous little cards. Now, there was a little bit of a video that has been sent through, which I'm going to see if the girls can actually put on their Facebook page, because it will detail how you can work with this. But we have got a little bit of an idea of how you could be working with your petunia pig. Check it out on the website. As you come to check out your order, as I say, just add it to your basket, no additional post and packing. And this is the kind of thing that you could be creating with it. A fabulous little card there, as you can see, your little kind of purple petunia, as you can see there on your screen. So yeah, do check that one out. And as I say, if you're watching Vicky and Sarah, if you can pop that onto your Facebook page, I think we're going to be in touch to explain more as the well, after the hour, but we're kind of very, very busy during this hour. So yeah, and the little wood grain stamp that we saw as well with that demonstration, you can get hold of that one because we've got that one for you, and it's on the website as well. But we're going to look at another stamp, another brand new stamp for you. And this particular one, details are popped up on your screen. It's this little one down the front here. So here you have got your rather full looking little bird there. Looks like it's had a big breakfast, hasn't it? But you can see £9.99 is your price for this one. Again, a really cute little stamp that you've got there with the branch, with your breakfast worm featuring. And we are going to be able to show you some ideas of how you can work with this one in a few moments. Design team have had loads of fun with this one, and I think the character, the expression that you've got on his face there, I think you're going to be able to use it in lots of different ways. We'll give you a little bit of an insight in how the designer team have worked with this one before you show you a demonstration, so check these out.
So this is our breakfast bird, another one designed by our American friend Sherry West. And this one, you might be able to tell by now, is coloured and stamped by our design team member Irene Cavalan. And she's used, I believe, alcohol pens to add all the shading. And she's also snuck the wood grain stamp in the background. So I'm going to slide this over. Now I'm going to try and zoom in a bit, so apologies for the camera wobble. There we go. This is one that Vicky made, and it's all on craft card, and it's stamped with vintage photo and gathered twigs and coloured with the similar colours, and then just little bits of white pen to highlight, so you've got a different look there. And then another one that Vicky made, so we've got the wood grain background, and then we've got the bird is actually on a wobble. Do you see that? And then with the bobbly eyes. Wiggly eyes? I don't know what you call them, but eyes that move. Pretty pink ones. So this is one that I made. So I've put the wood grain down the side, and you've got the branch coming off, and then layers of the breakfast bird. Starting to look a bit chicken-like there, I have to say. Now, I believe this is one of Debbie's, where she's managed to get the bird on twice. So probably a bit of masking involved, and then cut out and layered on top. You're engaged, so 2 birds. And then we have another one of Irene's. So I think this is one stamped in a pale grey, and then coloured and then highlighted around the edge with some darker colours and some white pen. And then we have Debbie. Now you can see she's used wood grain, but she's turned it round so it's horizontal in the background, and she's coloured the bird with the Spectrum Noir sparkle pens, I do believe. And another one, so a nice bright green bird and a green worm. And then we'll finish off with today's demonstration with some more wiggly eyes and a bit of shrink plastic.
Oh, what a cutie. I love that. So many different variations and a lot of humour within that stamp at £9.99. Brilliant value for money. Details there on your screen, 938655. We are going to be sharing another video with you in the next few moments, and taking you on a technique, as you heard mentioned there, to create a card. And in fact, shall we have a little look at that straight away? Yeah, let's do that. Check this out.
For this demo, I'm going to be using a breakfast bird designed by Sherry West, our friend from America. So I've got it ready in my stamping folder, and I'm going to be using Stays On for this because I'm stamping onto our shrink plastic. So, just the bird that we need here, so I'm not worried about the little branch there. That's lovely. Okay, so I'm going to just take that one out and leave it to dry. While that's drying, I'm going to work on the base of the card. So a piece of card I've got cut to size. Put that in. And for this, I'm just using my hybrid ink pad. Let's give that a good ink. A little fluff there. Don't want fluff. A little bit more ink, I think, on there. That's lovely. All right, let's get him out. Him, her, not sure. Depends how you colour them, I guess. So I'm just going to dry that. Heat set it off so we don't get any smudging. There we go. And so I've got some pigment-based pens to colour this with. So I'm just going to add the colour gently. Oh, this is always the fun bit, just watching colouring, isn't it?
Oh, it's so exciting.
Oh, you are with us, Sarah.
Oh, I'm here. Cameraman for this one. So, has he already eaten breakfast? That's why it's got big cheeks.
I don't know, it's got the worm for breakfast.
Well, maybe that's the next one.
Ah,
That's
well,
the second course.
yeah, well, that could be for our little baby, which will be the shrunk one when we shrunk that one down. I wouldn't like a worm for breakfast.
No?
No.
Do you prefer sausage?
Yes, I think. More of a taste girl, to be honest. Anyhow, so there we've got some base colour. Let's give her a nice rosy chest. Makes her a little bit look like a robin. So I suppose you could use it for Christmas, really, couldn't you?
Oh, could you put a little Christmas hat on her?
Oh, yeah. Bit of snow round. That would work, wouldn't it?
what colour the eye is going to be?
I'm not going to colour the eyes.
No eyes.
Of course it's going to have eyes. It's just going to have some wobbly eyes. More orangey colour on there. That's better. Yeah, I've got some lovely little wobbly eyes I think would look really cute on her. Just for a bit more fun. Shall I show you? I'll pop those on and I'll finish doing the branch. Oh, I'll do the branches first. Oh, I'll tell you what, I've got one. I've done the branch and the little worm. And here are my little wobbly eyes. So she's already got eyeshadow. Let's try and get those on.
I see you're using the joy dots.
Yes, yeah, they're nice and easy just to pick up a few dots on there. And I know they stick well. Oh, see, they stick really well. Ah. See that that'll burn myself with the glue gun, so useful joy dots. There we go. Isn't that cute? Right, so let's come back to our shrink piece. Let's pop her aside and then we'll add some colour. There we go. So whichever inks, whatever you're using, you'll need to use very pale colours for your shrink because they get brighter and intensify when they're shrunk.
And why are you doing this on the white shrink and not the sanded and the translucent?
Because I didn't want to see through her today.
Make her nice and strong.
Yeah, nice strong. We've got the beak there. Some body colour. So I'm basically using the similar colours to the other bird, just much paler colours. Paler tones of the same colours.
Yes, it doesn't look like there's much colour on there.
Can you see much on there?
We can see the colour, but it's very pale.
Yeah,
we know
that's
going to change.
Yeah, so we'll see as we shrink how bright that gets. There we go. A little bit of colour on the eyes. Oops. Just going to add a little bit of blue around the edge. Because I don't have little wobbly eyes for this one as well. They'd be way too small. There we go. So we're going to trim that one out. So it looks like this.
Oh, so
And oh, I need a little something to hold it with, I think,
cute. Oh, okay.
while I heat.
I think we might zoom in on this a bit.
Okay.
Oh, I can see the wings are going.
Yep, it's going.
And the feet.
Yep, oh, it's going up. It's going. There we go. Oh, break dancing.
Looks like we've got a dimple in the middle.
Yeah. Oh, look, there we go. That's it. Just turn it over. Oh, that's curled the other way. Let me just gently flatten that out there.
Yeah, don't squish it.
No, I know.
We don't want to kill the bird.
There we go. Let's bring this one back in.
It's so cute.
Isn't it? That mummy and baby. So I'm going to use these dots again. It's really useful. Sticking things like the plastic. Because they're super strong. There we go. Enough? Yeah. Just going to pop him over his breakfast there. Right, giant worm for a little birdie.
It's almost as big as the bird.
It is, isn't it? I dread to think what those little baby birds eat. So let's mount this together. So I've got a base card and I've done a little bit of distress ink on some craft card. So let's see if we can mount these all together. Yeah, I'm mounting to the side at this time. You'll see why. I've got a little edge for the card.
And for anyone wondering, that's a Herma glue bee.
Handy little buzzy bee. There we go. So what I've done here is I've stamped a bit of craft card with a bark stamp, a tree bark.
The wood grain.
Wood grain, yeah.
Like the JudiKins one.
Yep, that one. Glue all over that. I'm going to wrap it around the edge of the card.
Ah, so the branch is
There.
peeking out of the tree.
That's it. So it's not just a floating branch, so it looks like the tree.
Oh,
There
isn't
we
that
go.
cute?
Oh, what a cute card. I love the little shrink plastic. It's almost like a little mini me. Now with this particular stamp, your breakfast stamp, you've got obviously your bird on the branch with his breakfast there. But of course you can create with this in loads of different ways. We'll be giving you some more ideas as the hour progresses. Time is ticking away though, can you believe it? So you've not got long left within the hour. But if you're wanting to get hold of that stamp set, the details are on your screen. They're just £9.99. Brand new today. And if you fancy taking advantage, perhaps being the early bird that catches the worm, then the details are there, 938655. Another one that's proved popular during this hour, and we saw in one of those demonstration videos, was the gym bowl. And this particular one here is fabulous because you've got your you've got your goldfish that is rather overindulged, I think, on this occasion. Again, every single one of these stamps, not mentioned this time round, that they are grey rubber. They are all mounted, ready to go with your cling attached to them. So that means that for £9.99 you have got an incredible stamp, a grey rubber stamp that you'll be ready to use for many, many years to come. This particular one, again, if you fancy getting hold of it and you've only just joined us, do go back on Rewind. You'll be able to catch up on all those demonstrations on Rewind. So if you wanted this one, a 746647 is the item number for that particular one. Now what we've got to the side here are the little frogs. These are cute. Now the frogs, you've got a whole family of frogs sitting here, and I think these are really sweet. Not seen a finished sample of these yet, but we have got some coming up which I'll show you in a few moments. And here you go, you've got your little frogs on a branch there. Again, just watching the world go by, catching a few flies as you do. And there you go, £10.99. Large stamp on this occasion, and again just blends itself so well to the range that we're looking at today. So 099952. Now to the side of that particular one, the wood grain has been one of the most used. Many of those finished samples that you've seen, many of the videos we've looked at, have featured this one as a background, and I think it's a very versatile background to go for. Little tiny dots featuring, which mean that you've got the shading, you've got the effect of that wood grain, and it's a really nice one to use as a background for pretty much any style of card. Anything that's got a nature tone to it, anything perhaps with a DIY tone to it, it's going to be a brilliant one to use. It'll be a go-to, definitely. Freedom members though, you've got a discounted price, so it makes it even more attractive. £14.99 is a brilliant price. I mean, it's a large stamp, as you can see here, but if you can get that cheeky discount as a Freedom member, it makes it even more so. £13.49. And as we work our way forward, we've got that wonderful collection of owls with Owl Be Yours. 7 stamps you're getting within this set for £14.99. It's what you call good value for money. Featuring obviously your little character owls, as you can see, you've got your hear no, see no, speak no featuring on there, as well as your other little ones sitting on branches there, just waiting for you to add a lovely sentiment. You don't have to wait long because they are included with these as well. All owl related, so if you haven't got anything that you're going to be able to use as a sentiment, then these are perfect because it all comes together. Now you can see you've got one stamp plate here with your 7 images, so when you come to work with these, you might want to take a large pair of scissors, and then you'll be able to cut around those quite easily. Just be careful because obviously you don't want to cut into the image, but it means that they are all ready to go, because of course they have got the mount there, and you have also got obviously your cling, so when you do cut them out they are all ready to be used, as you can see there. Now add any of these into your basket, especially if you're shopping online. If you're not, our call centre will probably mention it, just to introduce you to the lovely little petunia. You might be given the opportunity to get hold of this. In fact, I think you will do. £7.99 will get you this fabulous little stamp. It's one of those items that when you come to check out your basket, you can take advantage of. Really cute little stamp, as you can see there. And check out the Stamp Addicts Facebook page and social media. When you come to check out your basket, you will find it pops up at the end, and you can add it in. No additional post and packing. So there you go. You can see there, Petunia Pig, £7.99. Pop it into your basket. Incidentally as well, Stamp Addict girls, Vicky and Sarah, they are the brains behind Stamp Addicts. Do check out their social media page and their website, because they organise craft events. And in August, I know that they're looking to organise another craft event at it's Alexandra Palace. So yeah, check out, you'll find all the details on their Facebook page and also their website too as well. But I promised you a few finished samples, and we have got those, and lovely photographs that have been sent in. Here you go, you can see your little frogs, your frogs on your branch there, watching the world go by, catching those flies. And I love this, you could be adding those googly eyes to these little characters as well, couldn't you? Do like that, add in whatever sentiment you like. Wood grain might be a nice one to use at the back of that as well. So this one is part of that wonderful set, and here you go, different colours. Of course, the beauty is with the stamp that you have creative license. You can create whatever colour frogs you like. So on this occasion, you can see we've got pink and purple, a little bit of an ombre effect going on with some of those as well. Sending heartfelt thanks, and I think you could be putting anything on there, couldn't you? Could be, as I say there, welcome to your new pad if somebody's moved house. Details are on your screen, so if you do want to get hold of this particular stamp, then you can do. All of the characters in the branch featuring on one design within that stamp for £10.99. And if you like your traditional green frogs, then there you go. You can make them just as intended. 099952 if you are wanting to get hold of that one. Now, little petunia, as you come to check out your basket, don't forget that petunia stamp. So yeah, £7.99 will get this particular stamp too. You can see they're using it with a background there, background stamp, or perhaps a stencil. Cutie! What a cutie. This one is your breakfast cling. I love that yellow. This would be a nice one to decoupage up as well, wouldn't it? Because you can see that you've got nice lines there, so perhaps trim around the wings, trim around the feathers on his chest there. You could even make that face, those bulging cheeks, even bulgier, because he's full up on all those little worms. As you can see, he's got one left over for later. £9.99 will get you this particular one. There you go. You can see the totally different look when you are playing around with these and your colours. So again, you've got your blue bird featuring on this one, and I think it would be a nice one to decoupage up. Sitting on this branch there, so working alongside the owls, and of course, talking the owls, we have got this one available. Part of that Owl Be Yours. It's one of those feature stamps, but working with that lovely background there. That one is your wood grain effect. Background stamp, a very useful one to have. I mean, look at that. It looks like you've got a piece of wood actually on your cardstock there. Again, it's another one perfect for layering up. Get your decoupage involved with this. Get your colouring pencils involved. You will have loads of fun with it. And that particular stamp plate, you've got loads on there. Again, look at this, the rainbow effect with the wood grain. That's clever, isn't it? Because you might think wood grain's got to be brown, it's got to be earthy tones, but not on this occasion. You've got a rainbow appearing there, as you can see, with a little character at the front there with your rainbow. One more to share with you, and it's the gin bowl. And I love this. That is definitely a goldfish that has had one too many. Clinging onto the edge of the bowl there, and again, it's a lovely little one to go with that. Now, we don't advocate that you put gin in your fish bowl, not with your fish in there anyway. But sometimes, yes, maybe you have seen these bowls out and about when you've been out. Quite often, you'll see them with cocktails in and things, but not at the moment because we're not going anywhere, are we? Now, on the website, if you want to go to the HOCHANDA website, we've got the brand section, and that's where you can actually find the Stamp Addicts brand section, which will give you the ability to add any of these goodies in. Things like your masking tape there, which is brilliant if you want to build up a collection of any of those characters. Perfect to help you with those 5-star reviews there. Your amazing glaze, so if you want your JudiKins embossing powder, you can see their 5-star reviews with those. And of course, you will need your foam tape and elements, and things like your inches and your twinches. These are like little kind of grey board platforms that you can be creating projects with. A nice idea is to actually stamp onto those and then almost turn your project into a little kind of jigsaw. Now, don't forget your shrink plastic. One of those demonstrations featuring your shrink plastic with your Owl Be Yours stamp. So if you're wanting to create your little kind of mini version, then that is the way to get hold of it. And it's not often you see a metallic shrink plastic there as well, so take advantage of that while you have the opportunity. And don't forget, as you start adding things into your basket, if you've got something else that you've added in, because you can have a peruse on the website, if there's anything on the website that you're popping into your basket where you've got flexi-buy, then you can add any of these little items into your basket and spread the cost of those as well. Which means something like that gin bowl one that we were looking at there, you're only looking at an extra £5. Or if you're going for the Owl Be Yours with your 7 stamps in there, then you can be getting these into your basket for just £7.50 if you've got a flexi order on the go. Definitely worth considering. Now, of course, the top of the hour, we opened up with a lovely chat with our Sarah, and we've had some fabulous videos. If you've just joined us, do go back and watch them, because some really ingenious ideas and ways that you can work with these brand new stamps. And of course, do make sure that you pop those stamps into your basket and take advantage of them while you have the opportunity. Now, we've got more coming up here at HOCHANDA. I'm going to be handing over the crafty baton a big, long 2 meters distance to our Paola, because she's going to pick up the shows for the next 4 hours. I will see you in a few days' time, so keep yourself safe in the meantime. I will see you on Wednesday, and Paola's up